so this is the first cuts of my Essek. This is the first cut of the fabric with the pattern that I hand drafted. Doesn't look like much now, but I'm pretty excited about it. I did a mock-up, and then I have the second. So, yeah. I'm gonna cut 2 of each fabric, just to make sure that I have enough, and in case I need to strengthen this, because this is actually kind of pretty, not thin, but it's light, and this is a lot heavier. So, we'll see what works out. Also, I don't know when I'm gonna post an office or a workspace tour, but this is current state of the new workspace. It's not fantastic. It's getting there. But it is a lot more room than I had before, so we're working on it. So I'm trying to like piece together this so far, and honestly, there's the mock-up on the floor. I think I'm gonna recut this so that I can get a more like exaggerated sort of cross section here, because as it is, it's probably just going to end up meeting up a little more awkwardly, and I think it's just better if it just has that sort of very, you know, like right here, it has this very specific triangle shape here, and I want to make sure I get that really clearly, and right now I don't think this piece is going to do that, so I think I'm going to recut this particular space so that I make sure that it's got that like very specific shape right there. So also the purples are probably going to be a problem, because in some shades, some lights, they definitely look like 2 separate purples, and in this light, on the camera, they do not. They look very, very, very similar. And to be fair, like, this version, like, one is definitely darker than the other, but we'll figure something out. It's also, I also was going to like double these up and sew them together, but then I feel like it's better just to sew them together like this and then just do the lining like that so I can hide all the seams, and so this can get a little more structure. Let's see if that's going to be a mistake. So after sewing the lining and the front-facing pieces together, I have the least first part of Essek's like shirt. I might pull this up a little higher depending on how the collar goes in. And I am now sewing the like lower portion. So yeah. Also, I made these out of like just like jewelry pieces I found at a craft store that I thought would go good. These are actually probably going to go more underneath the cape, sort of like hanging off the cape, but I just plopped it on there to sort of have a place for it to sit right now. But yep, we are. It's a fancy purple crop top right now, but hopefully we can get those side pieces put on pretty quick. Also, I bought this like measured cutting thing the other night, and I very much enjoy it. I used it to cut out the cape, which is still sitting over there right now. Alright, so I have the lower part of the coat finished. They just kind of look like long, weird pants right now, but they need to get attached to this. And then we are starting to put up the thing. I still need to put on the collar and sleeve, but as they are the things that I struggle with, they're the things I am leaving till later. Alright, so I ended up piecing these apart again because they're a little too long in the middle. They don't quite fit on this part, so I'm going to probably just like I'm probably just gonna I'm probably just gonna shrink this up a little bit because I feel like that middle part is where I am having the struggles to get them to match up here. So yeah. So I took a break to cut the cape out. I also have the lining of the cape somewhere. And I am now cutting out these sort of decals that'll end up on the cape, made out of a iron-on thing that I hope works. I found it in my stash, so hopefully it will adhere nicely. I'm also using a stamp that I bought like a long time ago for a different project to make like a little bit more like uniform stars. So yeah, so things are finally kind of coming together. I've added this ribbon bias tape, this silver ribbon bias tape, to sort of give it some more interest, but I'm not sure if I want it or not. I've asked a few friends and they say they like it, and then I've had other people say that they didn't like it. I don't know. And I cut out the shape, or at least the starting shape, for like the mantle piece or whatever it's called. It looks really funny right now. I should mention that EVA foam is not my specialty, and I hope this works out because I haven't had that much good luck with EVA foam, so we'll see. But obviously right now it's not like heated to the shape or anything like that. It is just sitting as is. I'm gonna try to clean up the edges. I left my Dremel at the old house, so I'm gonna have to go. Hopefully I can get my brother to come bring that back over here tomorrow. I also need the heat gun, so wish me luck. Alright, so I went and heat gunned it. I may do one more to get it a little like flatter against the chest. But I decided I'm probably gonna end up cutting it just a little bit more. I was gonna like use the Dremel tool to like sand these edges, but I am definitely not careful enough for that. So I'm gonna do some research. So after some heat sealing and some Mod Podge and a few layers of gray metallic paint, things are slowly starting to come together on the mantelpiece. It obviously needs a few more layers of paint and then some detailing work to make it look a little bit more like metal. I think I'm gonna glue at least some of the pieces on before I start doing any more like paint work on this, so that these all sit the way they're supposed to. Also, some of the other pieces might be a little too big with this factored in, so we're gonna try gluing probably tomorrow. I finally have all the right amount of trim on this piece. I still have to sew them on, but that's getting there. So I've sewed down this space, and after that I think that, oh, the cape that's currently on the floor. I'm gonna wait to sort of do anything with that till I have the mantle finished, so that I know exactly how much is gonna get covered with the cape, or vice versa. All right, so here is the mantle thing. I'll admit I didn't film any of the painting, which I kind of regret, because I really like how the paint job on this turned out. But I just kind of just went ham and was just kind of in a state when I did this, so oh well. I really like how this turned out. I really like this in particular little detail, and then I added these little gem things to hang off. I like it. It's not like overtly detailed. There's not too much going on in it, but it still looks neat. And we are done. I spent some time ironing on these, all of those. Those took quite a while, but it is finished. I am going to do a shoot with it tonight, just a little shoot and a test run with it. But all in all, it is done.